All right, now flipping over to the back side, I'm going to be working on number 3 and 4 on the back side. We are going to set up an equation. 54 and 8x plus 6. Are those two consecutive or congruent base angles? Consecutive or base angles? These are consecutive. So that means they are actually going to equal 180 degrees. I'm going to set up an equation where this plus this equals 180 degrees. I'm going to have 54 plus 8x plus 6 equals 180 degrees. And I'm going to solve for x. We're going to combine our like terms. I have a 54 and a 6 that I can add together. So I have 60. So let's do 8x plus 60 equals 180. And then to solve the rest of it, I want to get x by itself. Inverse operations. The opposite of plus 60 is minus 60. And I got 8x equals 180 minus 60, which is 120. And then my very last step, I'm going to divide by 8. And I get a final answer of x equals 40. Perfect. Same idea with number 4. You got to decide, are they equal to each other or are they consecutive? These are consecutive again. So I'm going to have them equal 180. It's just going to be a little bit bigger, longer equation. I'm going to have 12x plus 3 plus 7x minus 13 equals 180. If they were equal to each other, I'd put an equal sign in between them and solve, but they are actually adding together to equal 180. So we have it all on the same side, and we're going to have to combine together some like terms. So let's combine together our x's. 12x plus 7x is 19x. And 3 minus 13 would leave me with a negative 10. So I'm going to just write minus 10. And so I have 19x minus 10 equals 180. And I'm going to do the same process I did over here. I want to get x by itself. So the opposite of minus 10 is plus 10. And I got 19x equals 190. And then dividing by 19, I have x equals 190 minus divided by 19 is 10. Now, this isn't my final answer. It's actually asking us to find the measure of angle R. So I'm going to take this x value and plug it back in for angle R. Angle R is 7x minus 13. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that 10 into the x spot. I'm going to have 7 times 10 minus 13. 7 times 10 is 70. And when I subtract 13, angle R is 57 degrees. So lots of plugging back in on some of these. Let's do one more example for number 7. Now, number 7, M and N, are these consecutive angles or base angles? These are base angles, which means they are just equal to each other. I'm going to write an equation, 8x minus 16 equal to angle N, 6x plus 20. And I'm going to solve for x. I'm going to get x all on the same side of the equation. So I have an x over here and an x over here. Let's subtract 6x away from this right side and subtract it all the way over to the left side. 8x minus 6x is 2x. And I'm left with just the 20 on this side. I drop it down. So 2x minus 16 equals 20. Let's finish that equation. I'm going to add 16 to both sides. And I'm going to be left with 2x equals 36. And then when I go to divide by 2, sorry, I ran out of space a little bit. Divide by 2, I get x equals 36 divided by 2, which is 18. So x equals 18. But the question it's asking for is, what is the angle measure for each of these angles? Well, let's take a moment and just plug it back in to angle M. Angle M is 8x minus 16. So x is 18. I'm going to put the 18 in that x spot. 8 times 18 minus 16. 8x minus 16, and I put the 18 in that x spot. 8 times 18 minus 16 is a total of 128 degrees. So I know angle M and N are both 128 degrees. If I want to know what their consecutive angles are, angle O and angle P, what all I have to do is take 180 minus 128, and that gives me 52 degrees. So I know that P and O are both 52 degrees. So your next few slides are going to be doing 8, 10, 11 on the next couple of quiz slides, which are set up just like this. The main thing is to decide, are they consecutive angles or base angles? If they're consecutive, they equal 180. If they're base angles, they equal each other.